Hey guys, what's happening? Today I am doing a January prep my budget expense notebook planner, whatever you want to call it. And I thought I would just take you along with me. This is this is my new one for next year. And I typically like to be prepped with all my things filled out like a few weeks before the month starts. So this is kind of what I'm talking about. We'll be filling in this. Oh, someone's at the door. We'll be filling in this and then the 2 paychecks for the month. So most of this will be writing in like the different expenses that are due. So I'll probably speed up the camera during that time. So hopefully it doesn't bore you. But I figured I would do a January budget setup video. Okay, so as I'm doing this, I did want to let you know that my daughter is watching Gabby Dollhouse in the background. So hopefully it's not too loud, and if it is, I'm really sorry. Hopefully that doesn't bug you. I'm just trying to keep her distracted while I do this. And I would wait to do this during nap time, but I've got some finals that I'm in the middle of trying to do for the end of the semester. And, oh dear. I guess I didn't zip that shut, did I? Anyway, so I'm gonna use nap time to focus on that, taking my finals and stuff. So, also, she may or may not try to join us or, yep, there you go, talk and shout and scream. She will be 2 next month, and so she is definitely in that like 2-year-old toddler stage, like terrible 2 stage. Sorry, I'm like, what is it called? Which has honestly just been quite the experience as a first-time mom. Comment down below if you're a mom and you have any tips on the terrible 2 situation, because holy cow. Also, I don't know if I shared this or not, but I am using the Simply Gilded washi tape. I think this is from a 4th of July collection that I got like, I don't know, 3 years ago, I think. So I don't know if she still has it in her shop. I'm sure she brings out something like this every 4th of July though. So you could always just check back in July. But I love Simply Gilded washi tape. I'm obsessed. I was like crazy obsessed for a really long time and had an insane amount of washi tape in all kinds of colors and prints and all the things. And then we got pregnant and I kind of had to pack up my office so that we could use it for the nursery, and so I kind of had to get rid of a bunch of things, and one of them was the washi tape, especially because I wasn't going to be working anymore. At the time I had a job and I wasn't going to be working anymore once I had the baby, and so I didn't really like need a planner. Let's see. Okay. All right, I think that's it. Anyway, and so I didn't really need a planner to like keep a schedule of what I was doing, or yeah, pretty much I just didn't need a planner anymore, because I was going to be at home with my baby all day, and I didn't want to waste money on a planner that I wasn't even really going to use, and since I wasn't using a planner, I wasn't using washi tape, so I just sold a bunch of it. That was a really long, unnecessary story. So I'm just labeling the pages. This one you saw was medical. This is where I list all of the medical bills that we have. Our overall every expense that's gonna go through our bank account, maybe cash, and then this will be paycheck number 1. I am using the Tombow Twin Tone marker. I got these off of Amazon, but I think you can get them like at Michael's too if you really wanted. But they come in all kinds of colors. I have like the deep, bright, dark, jewel tone type ones, and then I have like pastel ones. It's pretty fun. So I try to keep the colors coordinated with the washi tape or the theme of the month. I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna say something and maybe this just makes me a weirdo. But when I think of the 12 months out of the year, every month in my brain goes with a color. Like when I think of January, I think of the color blue. I don't know why, but it's the same. Like February is like pink purple. March is green. April is like maybe a purple, blue. May is definitely like pink. June is yellow. July is either red or blue. August is like orange and yellow. September is like, I don't know, mustard yellow, burnt orange, fall type colors. And then October is orange, black, lime green. November, I picture like brown. And then December, I picture red or green. I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm a weirdo for thinking that. But that's just kind of how I've always pictured the months in my head. And I don't know, it's just weird. Like see for here, for December, I've got red and green because that's just in my head, like those are the colors that go with the month of December. So comment down below if you have ever had those thoughts, or if you're like, oh, I think this month goes with this color. Like I'd love to know, because I'm just sure that there are people out there who don't think the same colors that I do. Okay, so I'm gonna start writing out everything here. I'm probably gonna speed up the video, so I probably will just play some music, but I will be right back. Okay, so I don't know if I explained this in my, oh, let's zoom you back out. I don't know if I explained this in my last video, but when I first started planning, like budget planning, it was probably 2018. And at the time, we didn't have any medical bills. Because I obviously hadn't had my daughter yet. And yeah, so I didn't have, when I wrote out all of our monthly expenses on one page, we didn't have any medical bills included in this. So then when I had my daughter last year and the bills started to roll in, I didn't have anywhere to put them here on this page, but this one was empty, the page right before it. So I just started to write down all the medical bills here, because even though, yes, this is considered debt, I just felt like, I don't know, that's just how my brain worked. I just separated them. I needed somewhere to put them and they couldn't fit here, so I put them here. And they've literally been on their own page ever since. Like I've never combined these with these, especially because there's only one of these that are due on a specific day every month. The rest are just due, like a payment just needs to be made every month to keep it current. So yeah, that's kind of what I've got going on here on this medical page. So yes, they are part of our expenses, but out of habit, I just keep them on their own page, I guess. So there you go. So that is kind of the overview of everything that there it is, that I keep track of. We do pay tithing to our church every paycheck, and then our savings, we have two things that we're saving monthly for, and that is Christmas for next year and a family vacation that we take every year with my family. And then I also wrote down all of the different like payment app things that are out there now, like make one payment now and like installment payments, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Klarna, Afterpay, Sezzle, and then Shop. Those are the four that I've used before, like earlier this year on different things. And so sometimes I've still got something like I made a purchase in November and the last two payments are going to be in December. I want to keep track of that expense so I know which paycheck it's coming out of, but I don't always have something coming through with one of these. I'm trying really, really hard not to use the installment plan type payment options when buying something. But I do want to keep track in case a previous purchase rolls over into the next month, I guess. So there you go. Okay, so before I go into writing down the expenses per paycheck, I'm actually going to put the stickers down of each expense in the month before so that I can see what will be paid when, I guess, with what paychecks. So I'm probably gonna speed that up as well, and I'll be back to you in just a second. So, this is, let me zoom you back out. This is what we've got going on for the month of January, though actually I think I still, okay, so I still need to put 2 down. I don't, so let me explain. I made these on my own. I got the original file from Jen Plans on YouTube. I will link her channel down below. It's from a really, really old video of hers. She shared, I think she shared a file of these, and all they are pretty much just bill labels. So I write in the amount and then I make a check mark if it's been paid. And I do that for all of my bills and put it on my monthly spread. I did tweak the ones that she created a little bit, and then obviously changed the colors to make them my own. But you can also get them, like a style of them, from Planner Kate, and I will have her linked down below, as well as a 20% off coupon code from one of my favorite planners, Julie, Julie G, if you know her. You can get these. This is, oh, let's see, there, if it will focus. This is sheets 1759A in the PK colors. So that is the Planner Kate colors. But I do have them in other colors back here as well. So I create these on my own, and then when I run out, I make more. Or let's say we change up an expense, like on this sheet, I no longer pay for Spotify, so I don't need these. So when these run out, these expenses, I'll just like throw it away, and when I get back on my document, I'll edit this to be something else or get rid of them or something. Anyway, also there is one expense on here, this yellow one, that I would have put down, but the due date changes. It's always somewhere between the 1st and the 7th of the month, and my bill hasn't been, like, the billing cycle hasn't ended, so they haven't updated the information, so I'm not sure exactly which date this is due, so I will just come back and put that down when I find out. But that's kind of a little explanation on the labels that I use. As you can see, the 1st of the month is heavily heavily marked with bills, but there are a couple that I didn't make my own labels for, and that's what I use these for as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and put one of those down. And there's no like rhyme or reason to the colors of these stickers. I just picked colors. I really, maybe I should, you know, pick something for each bill so that I become more familiar with it, but that's not something that really matters to me right now, especially where we have a lot of expenses to keep track of. I don't really need to have control over that, I guess I should say. So I'm gonna put this back. So yeah, I have these stickers from Planner Kate in the Flora colorway as well. That is sheet 1759D, which you can just search 1759D on her website and it will pull this up. And then I also have the Erin Condren Muted. So all of these colors right here are the Erin Condren colors. So she sells them, but they're muted, which I really like because her Planner Kate colors are kind of bold, and I didn't really need 2 bold sheets. So I just alternate through because I love all the colors, and I just love having like the ability to mix them all up. Okay, sorry, my husband texted me and that threw off my train of thought and I couldn't remember what I was talking about. He's so funny. He was like asking me if I was okay, and then I panicked thinking maybe he thought I was in a car accident or something. I don't know. Man. I have been tracking the child tax credit. Man, I cannot talk today. That comes out on the 15th every month, but obviously in the new year, I'm pretty sure that stops. So I won't be tracking that anymore. But this is kind of the overview. So we get paid, my husband gets paid on the 13th and the 27th, which is really late in the month, but he's also getting paid on December 30th, which is this day. So it's like technically a 3rd paycheck for the month of January. So I will probably take this paycheck on the 27th and write down all the expenses that are due in February before the 10th. Just because it's like the end of the month. So that's kind of how I track my expenses, and that's why I wanted to fill this in before I filled these pages in, because in my brain, we'll get paid the 30th, and that paycheck will pay all of the expenses that happen before the next paycheck, which will be on the 13th. So between these 2 weeks, everything that's due is gonna go on the 1st paycheck, and then vice versa. Everything after will go on the 2nd paycheck, and then this one will go towards all the payments due at the beginning of February. So that's just kind of how it works in my brain. That's how I've been doing it for a long time. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the expense pages. I'm most likely going to speed it up because you probably don't want to sit there and watch me write in all of the information, so I will be back. Okay, so that is all of the expenses written in between both paychecks. I kind of messed up and was like a little bit backwards filling in paycheck 1, even though I just explained that paycheck 1 would be from the 13th to the 27th, not the 30th to the 13th. And so I started filling in all the wrong expenses. But we've got it. We're going good. I do split up our savings, so we need to save $60 a month towards the Airbnb for our family vacation next year. So I'm gonna do 30 each paycheck. That is just how it works in my head. But regarding something like that, you can always choose to do what you want. Because we are starting a new year, something I do like to do is I go back through the previous year and I just make sure that there weren't any other expenses that went through that are like an annual thing. And I do that through all the 12 months, and then I go through and, you know, make notes of when to start saving for something so that when I turn to that month to start putting my stickers down, I can see, hey, I need to make sure we set aside some money for this annual expense that's coming. And that's just kind of how I do it. So that is pretty much my monthly budget setup. I'm gonna try to do this every month, record a video, I guess, and I'm really excited. We are really hoping to incorporate cash envelope spending in the new year. I think I said that in my very first video that I was gonna do a cash envelope stuffing video, but it just didn't work out like we had wanted for the first paycheck in December, but paycheck number 2 is coming next week, and so I'm really hoping that we will be able to do some cash envelope stuffing with that paycheck. If not, we will for sure be starting in January. I'm really excited to kind of get that ball rolling, and I'm coming up with so many different cash envelope ideas. So I'm really excited. Also, something else I wanted to share with you real quick. I have this is a Filofax A5 planner in the Domino Soft leather. I follow, I think it's Marian, I think is how you say her name, Marian Cresp. I will link her Instagram below, or maybe her YouTube channel, either way. She's seriously so inspiring, and I just love following her account. She's awesome. She has like taken a little bit of everything from everyone and their budgeting systems and their ideas, and sorry, she's made her own, and I love that. I love that she has taken what is presented and then she makes it work for her. And she uses one of these, I think, for her daily planner and habit tracking and things like that, and I just fell in love. And I've always wanted to try an A5. Plus the yellow, isn't this just like beautiful? I mean, it's the prettiest yellow ever. It's coming off really soft on the camera, but this is like a bumblebee yellow almost. But for me, what I am using it for is my trackers. So I printed these off. I don't know how to print A5 on my printer, so I just sized these down to A5 and printed them on an actual sheet of paper and then just cut it out because I can't figure out how to make my printer do A5 printing. So I've got my emergency fund goal, a debt is going down, just like an overall debt picture. We've got our car loans. Again, there's no specific reason for each color, I just picked one. We've got all of our medical expenses from when I had my baby, some other expenses, dental bills, a student loan we're paying on for my husband. We've got a couple of credit cards that we are paying on, a couple of them with smaller balances that we're hoping to pay off by the new year. This is new, a down payment for a house. I would love to start saving for one, but my husband and I haven't talked yet about how much we want to start setting aside for something like this. I think we're gonna try to pay down some debt first so that we can then, you know, take a little bit of that money we were putting towards debt and put it towards a down payment for a house, because we would just really love to be in a house one day. A 529 college fund. I hear a lot about these and I really want to start one for my daughter. So I'm gonna do some research and look into them and where I can get one for her, and then hopefully start designating some money to go into it. A credit score tracker starting in January. I do want to keep better track of this. I don't know a whole lot about credit scores or even what they entail. I know a little bit, but I want to learn more. So I'm going to start tracking that. And then I just printed off some dot grid paper. So that's what I'm using this A5 Domino Soft planner for. I would love to use it as a daily planner, but I'm still trying to figure out what I need in a daily planner. As a stay-at-home mom, I don't really have a need for like an hourly planner or anything really big and major. So I'm just trying to figure out what's gonna work for me. And yeah, so if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'm sorry if it was super boring and took too long, but I did want to do a monthly budget setup video for the start of the new year. Again, I will link everything down below. I don't know if I shared this, but this is just the Tombow mono correction tape. This is what I used when, you know, I write something down and it's wrong. I just use the correction tape over it and it turns white. It's really awesome, really amazing. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Hopefully it will be a cash stuffing envelope video, but probably not. We'll see. So I will see you then. Bye guys.